Okay. Whew. Whoa. Hey, stop. Wah. Oh, Nate Higgers, you have a terrible spoonerism for a name, and I don't like that one bit. So I'm assuming you're some sort of racist or white supremacist, and I truly do not appreciate that, if indeed that is the point you're trying to get across with that screen name. Just saying. Good morning, everybody. Come on, Nate. That's that's a terrible name. It's you should change that. You should really re-examine what you're trying to get across with that name, bud. Let it be known that I, Vermin Supreme, do not appreciate that or stand for that. Just the way it is. I know there's a lot of hate out there on the internet, but yeesh. Good morning, idiot on first floor looking for a staircase. Good luck with that. Once again, of course, welcome to Saturday morning live. Afternoon, I suppose. Depends where you are. If you're in the Atlantic Ocean or in out that way. Could be earlier. Having a cup of coffee out in the woods. A little chilly out today. That's okay. Got the home fires burning. Thought we might walk on the ice today, but it looks like the ice is not that thick. As you can see, there's the sun shining on the ice. Very exciting. Welcome once again to the YouTube Saturday early afternoon edition. Nolan O'Neill. Do I still remember you? I would need some cues on that for sure. Some sort of recollection-inducing device, some place we were or something we did. Your name on the screen doesn't make that click. Ahoy, Luft Mensch. How are you today? Let's see how we got going. James Cook, good morning. Mandarin 2. Finland. Oh yeah, I was in Finland once. It was a great day. Oh, okay. I painted your house. That's yes, of course, yes. Hey, Abel, how you doing? Nice breezy, chilly day out here. I'll hang out until my fingers get numb. How about that? That sounds like a fair enough deal. And my morning so far has been absolutely lovely. On to my second or third cup of coffee. I've emptied the compost, got the fires burning. Becky's done some dishes. Things are just fine. I actually remembered, unlike most days, I remembered that I was supposed to do my show on Saturday. And so this is my YouTube Saturday show. I remember to do that. And so I'm sure all my social media peeps and people who are catching this who might have missed it are pretty happy that I remembered to do it on Saturday. Madeline Carson, are we just asking questions now? That seems to be the question. And we could ask questions now. I always tend to try and answer questions that I get around to it. USA not arrest Vladimir Putin because he's a criminal. Oh, that's a pretty simple one. I don't think international law works like that. But I guess on the other hand, we have arrested world leaders before. Noriega comes to mind. Whoa, Reverend dude, come on. That is amazing. Thank you. You are so kind and so generous. And I see if you're going to throw your money around on a comment like that, you may want to join the Patreon, patreon.com/Vermin Supreme for only $5 a month. And that comment right there would have gotten you 3 months on the Vermin Supreme Patreon. And when we do that, you get like a monthly exclusive visit with me and stuff on the Zoom, and we send you shit, and you get sneak previews for all sorts of crap. But any fan of mine that will casually and enthusiastically throw down that kind of money just to throw out in all caps, how you doing? That is, you are my kind of fan, obviously. And once again, all proceeds that do come our way or come my way as a result of me doing my thing goes to the Vermin Supreme Institute. That's a very important thing. And ultimately, we do good stuff with it, theoretically. And we'll put out updates as it goes along. Currently, we have a coat for the Coatless project going on. If you go to verminsupremeinstitute.com, you will find a link eventually that leads you to this latest mutual aid project where we are raising money to buy coats for the Coatless out in Reno, Nevada. Currently, that seems to be our target destination. There's this little river where a whole lot of homeless people live, and we're trying to get them mutual aid and things like that. So if you got any mutual aid projects, love to hear about it, love to amplify it on the Twitter and things like that. And I hope you are all doing well. This beautiful, albeit fairly chilly where I am, Saturday afternoon. And we are live, and we are on YouTube. And very similar to the random Facebook live streams this show is. But the difference is I have the boot on my head as a rule. And it seems like I'm talking more to the camera, whereas the Facebook live streams are totally the camera's pointed the other way as a rule. So that's the big difference. I don't know if it's a worthwhile difference, but I'm not seeing any comments, so that must mean I'm missing them. So I'll have a sip of coffee and try and find them. You can see my cup is very well seasoned. I don't know how many of you use a fresh cup every morning, or how many of you prefer a very seasoned cup of coffee. We'll have to take a poll on that one because it is very interesting. Madeline Carson, have I ever discussed the subject of homeschooling in relation to anarchy? Yes, I believe I have, and I believe that my staff did. More so, I suppose, when I was actually running a more serious campaign. But there's a lot to be said for homeschooling. Of course, there's a lot to be a little leery about homeschooling too, in terms of are the parents doing a good job, and are they just presenting all the information and all the things that a kid needs to learn? I assume that the vast majority of homeschooling parents do a very good job at teaching the basics and fundamentals and all the things that a kid might need, and of course. Don't necessarily need the state for that, although there's a lot to be said for socialization. But on the other hand, in this day and age of remote education, it's sort of a moot point, goes out the window anyway. So there is that. And so I guess I'll find my pipe here and I assume many of you have seen the little Vermin Supreme pipe made by Tony Bradbury. Hey, look, it's a Vermin Supreme pipe. Tony Bradbury, these may be eventually available at some... Whoa, looks like my... I think that's a little piece of weed. I don't think that's my dick. But that was certainly worth a little laugh. I'll have to tell Tony about that one. So anyway, gonna smoke a little weed here out of myself. Got my belly full of weed. Look at that. My belly's full of weed. And gonna suck some healing medicinal herbs through my boot pipe stem, and got the big carburetor, which is my feet, and it's a very good carburetor, good size. I like that because it makes cleaning the inside of the pipe easy, because a lot of times you got that pipe and it gets filled with resin. You try and clean it out as best you can with your poker, and sometimes it breaks. That happen. Here we go, people. Smoke them if you got them. It's for somewhere. A little bit clogged. My own fault. Packed it too tight, but that's okay. That is not what in the scheme of problems. That is not much of a problem. Oh no, my life is falling apart. I filled my pipe too much. Too, yeah. Well, it's a little bit of a problem, but still. Oh look, I'm gonna suck through my feet. See if that works. Oh well, that's okay. Let's see. Maybe I find a little stick to poke through. Stir the pot with a little stick. Do we use reason to conquer superstition, or do we stay as if it were a dream? And I think it's along the lines of dreams. And reality is very dreamlike. I don't know if you've ever been hypnotized, but it's a very interesting experience because you are aware, and but you're wanting to go along with the suggestions of the guide, or like, as if you've done a guided meditation, of course, you're certainly aware that the meditation is not reality, and yet you are going along with that as you are being guided. And I think religion and superstition and things of that nature, and believing in politics and the dominant paradigm of reality are very similar in that respect, in that we suspect or know that it's not real. Like, oh, what if it's all a simulation? Maybe it's not real, but we operate as if though it is the actual reality. Then I think it's pretty good to be in that. And if it's not, as in superstition or supernatural, it behooves us to try and be aware that it's probably not real, and I don't mind reminding people of that, um, especially when it's detrimental, a la Q or any other religious cult type of thing. Uh, so yes, we should do our best to question reality to the point where we can decide whether it is reality or not. But once again, that's just me. That's just my opinion. Everybody's got one, and that's my feelings on it. But yeah, I think so. So here we are having a little coffee, smoking a little weed, Saturday morning, answering your questions or not your questions. Yes, that's a very, very classic tie. That's a tie I've had for many years. I wore it on stage during the great glitter bombing of Randall Terry back in 2012. Good times, the moment in time that made me a thing there. I mean, yeah. Ooh, coffee, good stuff. Let's see. Also got my suspenders on. Uh, Wearing my suspenders in honor of Larry King, the late great, the greatest journalist, radio guy since Paul Harvey maybe, and that's the rest of the story. Who am I kidding? I wear suspenders every day in the winter because they hold up my nice wool pants, and that's the way it is. Ah, so I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. I guess I'll flip the screen here to show you the beautiful spot in my side yard. Of course, it's I don't own it. It's not my property, but it's my abutting property, and the abutters and the owners are just so casual and cool that it's okay. Obviously, if somebody's not causing any issues or problems and what have you, here we are. All right, let's see. know I've been missing some comments here, so I see all sorts of comments. Once again, a shout out to Reverend Dude for that very generous all caps shout out. And once again, I encourage you to check out patreon.com/Vermin Supreme. For the low price of $5 a month, we give you all the secret lowdowns on all the super things that we're doing at the Vermin Supreme Institute, at the Vermin Supreme celebrity air quote brand, for lack of a better thing, personality. I don't know what you want to call me. Just some guy who wears a boot on his head, and that's just the way it is. And that's the way I like it. Oh, okay, where were we? Let's see. Looking for some comments here. Dumbing us down in education, a couple books that Madeline Carson is suggesting. Homeschooling, I think parents are definitely responsible for a lot of teaching. I mean, they teach their kids through their attitudes and actions and modeling behavior and all of those things every day. There's of course a lot of education, and I don't know. There's the state seems to impose certain brands or certain topics that they want to see covered. I mean, Donald Trump was trying to put in that patriotism propaganda component to the state-run education system. Of course, that's baloney, and probably some of what they're teaching. I would like to see citizenship taught in the public schools if we're going to have public schools. Would like to see logical fallacies and how to spot real things and vetting news and knowing reality from unreality and things of that nature. I think those are all would be very good things to be taught in the public school systems if they must exist, and they do exist, and so I'll accept the fact that they exist. Controversial question for Madeline Carson. My opinion on the book White Fragility. I've heard a lot. Hold on, the comment faded away here. I've heard a lot of opposing views on it, and I'm planning on reading it soon. White Fragility. I have not read the book, although I from the title, it seems as if though it's a leading title, and I suspect that it is probably accurate. I believe that the dominant white paradigm that sets white people up for a certain set of expectations and presumption of that it's a white world that we live in as white people, and that we deserve everything that white people got in terms of privilege and all that. And then when they find out that's not true, and they cry and they melt in the snowflake, well, by golly, just by that very title and implication, I'm going to have to say, if that is indeed what they're getting at, maybe they're just being satirical or sideways about it. But come on, obviously, I think that's a accurate take. And I guess it comes down to, once again, that difference between our perceptions, what we perceive reality and the way of the world and the way things are and the way that they actually are when you scratch the surface or look underneath. We look at the world one way that we've been educated to by the state or media. And of course, that's very illusionary. It's very secondhand. And then there's the actual real world reality. White guilt is going to turn into a new Nazi party. I don't know about that guy. Maybe you could go hang out with Nate Higgers and figure that out. Because obviously fascism equals authoritarianism, and authoritarianism is a very different thing. Because we don't need no authoritarianism, don't need no, well, now you got me on some side thing. That's okay, though. It's a beautiful day here, and we're just hanging out. Let's see, well, I'm loving you, Roddy Thorotsky. Good to see you. J.C. Cook, good morning. Good morning, Johnny XXOOX. Learning through play theory, although I'm not familiar with it, I'll discuss it anyway, because the simple phrase, the three words that are strung together there, say a lot. And I think it's something that I fully agree with, and I believe that it's one of the beautiful things that I represent and am able to offer. Because, of course, adults, grown-ups, and people of a certain age, they do not pretend. They don't play so much anymore. And I think pretend and play are very important, much like dreams are used by the brain to process the events of the day and how things are going on in your life. I believe the opportunity to play and pretend, and once again, it comes down to, we know what we're pretending isn't real, but we're using it in a way to entertain ourselves and see the bigger picture sometimes. And so, when I'm pretending to run or actually am running, um, Johnny, they say that if you're cannabis smokers, for some reason, dream recall are suppressed. I don't know why that is, but dreams are good. I think that will have to be an interactive post. We'll have to ask people about dreams, any good dreams they've had, because yeah, we can learn a lot through dreams. We can learn a lot through play. Obviously, play encourages cooperation. Usually, I guess there are some games that it's totally about competition, but even in competition, we can be playful and keep the attitude that we are just playing a game. Life is but a game, and we are playing it every day. And it seems the rules are often changing. J.C. Cook, great point. Because of the pandemic, J.C. Cook started getting involved in Dungeons and Dragons, which seems to be another a great creative way to jam out and stretch your brain bone and have some fun and play with other people and things like that. I think that's pretty groovy. Ah, Johnny, yep, I smoked plenty of weed and remember a few of my dreams. And speaking of weed, I guess when weed comes up on the comment section, I guess that's our signal to smoke some weed. So once again, that Vermin Supreme Pipe. Hi, it's me. It's the Vermin Supreme Pipe. Available soon, one way or another, either through commission or maybe on the shop. We'll just see how that goes. Smoke a little weed. Yes, the weed signal, and I'm in Massachusetts, where it is also legal to possess up to 9 ounces of cannabis and to grow up to how many plants? A dozen, I think. A dozen per person. Let's see. Threw down to $4.99 to make a big old comment, so I'm seeing it in green. Roddy Thorotsky, thank you so much. Where'd that comment go? Hold on. Here it is. Hey, Vermin, just wanted to say that you are a big unifying force on both sides. People see how genuine you are, and it gives everyone hope. I want to thank you very much for that. That certainly means a lot to me, and I really love that fact that I appeal to a very broad spectrum of people. I think that was one of the things about my 2012 meme viral moment, because the patter was about toothbrushing and ponies. It was not partisan. It was not perceived to be attacking any one politician or party, because it was critiquing and talking about the system that we are living under and voting in. Any group of people, and it was widely received. And I've always been blessed to have such a wide spectrum from the hard right to the hard left. Although, once again, it's a little scary, and even people that I'm opposed to ideologically on the farther reaches of those spectrums, they are fans, and of course that's something I've had to reckon with and try and wrap my head around. And of course, I've always been one to call out people for things. Just ask Nate Higgers there, and I mean, yeah, he likes me and he's here tuned in, and yet he has a horrible spoonerism for a screen name, which only leads us to imagine that he is not a very nice person. What do we got flying over us? I'm not sure. Plane, copter, sounds like it's flying a little low though. Around these parts, if it's a copter, it's not usually a good sign. Of course, when the weed became legal, you didn't have the drug copters flying every summer, because that was always a little, it was scary when they're flying over your house and you got the weed and shit. Now that's not a problem, and so it's the Coast Guard. And when you hear the Coast Guard copter, that it's not good, because it generally means that somebody at sea is in trouble. Okay, smoke 'em if you got 'em. And we are drinking coffee and hanging out in the woods and just chatting. Coffee's getting a little cool. Oh, jeez. Coughing out phlegm. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on in comment world. How do I stand today on your past brief policy is asked by Luke Galboo. And of course, I'm all for it. I'm all in it. Let's just say yes. Heather Emery, that is so true. More adult playgrounds. Yeah. In fact, that's what they should have at big places of employment. I guess some do. So, like, some of those big tech companies and stuff. They got the pretty fun things going on. Red Roach, burning with vermin. That's true. And Roddy, that pipe might be available, and especially if you got $5 to say a beautiful thing about me, for $5 a month, we have exclusive deals for Patreon members. Patreon.com/Vermin Supreme. And of course, once again, all the money goes to the Vermin Supreme Institute. And of course, some of it goes to here and there for things that promote Vermin Supreme, because the Vermin Supreme stream goes to the Vermin Supreme Institute. The cameo.com/Vermin Supreme. Valentine's coming up, and of course, what better way to say to someone you love that you love them than hiring Vermin Supreme to tell them how much you love them. So, $25, and I get 3/4 of that, and it all goes to the Vermin Supreme Institute. I have earned doing the cameo.coms over $4,000. Financial disclosure, $4,000 I made, more than that in the past several months doing the cameos, and I recently transferred it all into the Vermin Supreme Institute, and we are doing the coat drive, and we'll be using some of that money to do like matching funds, part of the fundraiser, and so of course some of it goes towards the infrastructure, because we had the websites and the hosts and the plugins and all of those things. So we do have expenses, the email accounts and whatever it takes to run these things. Quite frankly, I don't really pay that much attention, because the beautiful thing is that there are a number of people who volunteer their time and energy and do all these things with the Vermin Supreme Institute. We've got our education and public works and disrupt the vote departments and all of these things. So it's very exciting times for me, because all I have to do is give them my money and talk about it and plug it, and so that's pretty easy, because I'm just the figurehead, a symbol. Madeline Carson asks, am I going to run for president in 24? I'd say, of course, the odds are very good, but in terms of doing that type of activity, generally you want to tease it out. You want to say, oh, I'm thinking about it, I can't commit to it, we'll see what the exploratory committee has to say about it. Because, once again, running for president does require a fair amount of fundraising, aka begging of people. Last election cycle, when I was seeking the nomination of the Libertarian Party, was pretty incredible in that I was able to raise, and people gave generously and voluntarily and consensually to my campaign. And we raised like $70,000, which is more than I had ever spent on all of my campaigns in 30 years combined. Uh, and we were able to travel me around the country. I attended numerous state conventions and debates, and yeah, we spent it all. We pretty much spent it all. Now, once again, a lot of it, full disclosure, a lot of that money came in through the merch site. And so, say for example, we sold a shirt for 25, $30 or something. Of course, the drop ship company that was we contracted with, they got a good chunk of that, most of that. So, we really ultimately, I mean, that's a gross. That's the $70,000 gross. I'm not sure what the net was because it takes money to make money, and it cost a fair amount of money to run that campaign. And so that's, but we spent it all. Whatever we did have, we spent it all. I ate in airports. We weren't extravagant, of course. Pretty frugal, low rent lifestyle, and all that good stuff. So let's see. Yeah, drop ship. It's sort of like those Grubhub or the Dash extra fees that they jack up, and the middlemen. It's those darn middlemen. That's what's wrong with it all. The middlemen. If we could cut out the middlemen and go to direct distribution. And of course, in previous years, I've contracted with small-timey people to, like the Roving House people did all the T-shirts, and that was great because in 2016 they had the screen, they had the shirts, they had the shop. They would screen the things that they were actually selling them more so than I was, and they would make I would get a cut, a theoretical cut, and then they would put that towards shirts, and I would get shirts, and then I would sell them on the road, and that's how that worked that year. But the drop ship thing, I guess you got to do that. It gives you certain flexibility, but of course they definitely jack you up. And so, but that so although I claimed, we claimed with the FEC and all that that we made X amount of dollars, not all of that is money that we saw or that we got to spend. Just the way it is, but that's okay. And so the Exploratory Committee, yes, once again, the Exploratory Committee is oh yeah, oh Roddy, I'm Groundhog's Day. Actually, next Friday, this coming Friday, we're having a Patreon members only chat, Zoom, and stuff, and sometimes we do stuff that are sort of fun. And I try and make those interesting because people are obviously, if you love me so much, just to shell out $5 a month or $10 a month, geez, how can I not love you more? Not that I don't love you, everybody who doesn't give me money. I understand that. And I don't know if I don't know. I don't subscribe to anybody. It's a weird thing when you, whatever. Income that is based on me being me. Yeah, I think that right now that's all going to good things at the Vermin Supreme Institute. VerminSupremeInstitute.com. VerminSupreme.com for more generic celebrity things. Roddy, see, that money you just threw down $19.99. Damn, dude. And that money goes to the YouTube, and I think they take a cut of it. Let's say I know they take a cut of it. Patreon takes a cut of it. Cameo takes a cut of it. All these platforms. I'll find a way for you to send me money direct. How about that? But anyway, that money right there went to the YouTube, goes into the account, and goes to the Institute, and maybe it buys a few coats for somebody. So there is that. Okay, Roddy, let's read this orange-based question. So this is a bit of a serious one, but one I want to know from my commander-in-chief, who I will fight for. Ooh, nice. How would you handle our allies in Asia, like Taiwan, who are under a threat of invasion from China and authoritarian pain? That's a very real question. That is a question that is actually asking my opinion on current events, geopolitical events, even. And naturally, I've never ever claimed to be qualified in any way, shape, or form, or to be informed enough to make real pronouncements or decisions. Now, that's never stopped me. However, so yes, that is concerning. But of course, as myself, who's not the commander in chief, it's like, well, fuck China. I mean, they are a giant authoritarian, capitalist hybrid state that is um, very, very obnoxious and very scary, and they're a huge human rights violator. Not that we're not, but and of course, so my impulse is, well, I would help protect, build some sort of protective dome over Taiwan, and bring it closer to us, utilizing a giant tractor beam, some sort of like intergalactic tractor beam technology to like pull Taiwan, because it's an island, I understand, and we will make it part of the Hawaiian island chain. And that way, we don't even have to make it a state or anything. We'll just make it part of Hawaii, and we don't have to buy a flag, a new stars for the flag or anything like that. Um, and that's my interim solution. But yes, of course, U.S. Now, can I say U.S. should provide all protection to the state of Taiwan? Should we project our military might to that point where we might provoke something with China? I don't know. We'll see. See what President Biden has to do that shit, right? Fuck yeah. See how much of a crazy hawk he is. Um, but yeah, no, I've China, jeez. No, if we stop the trade with China, then we'd be forced to bring back our manufacturing base. Am I right, people? Am I right, people? Hmm. Yeah. I'm sure we'd all happily pay a little bit more to bring back the American dream and American manufacturing base, because the manufacturing base we're here, yes, then we could all be making the things that we could all afford with the higher um, wages that the federal government's promising, minimum wage. But I'll point out, of course, I as a potential libertarian candidate, I do have to be opposed to minimum wages. Although, hey, jack them up, man. Whatever. Because since I'm not actively a candidate, I can always qualify it back to hey, whatever the people demand, whatever the people demand. Because I also support super strong, um, labor rights for sure. All right, let's see. Whoa, I don't know what happened there, but it zoomed into my face. That's pretty funny. Um, Zoom back out thing. All right. All right. Oh, that's better. That's a little frightening. Guess I'll flip around there. Hey, look, it's my feet. Okay. Pretty cash. Once again, we're outside. It's a beautiful day. Cape Ann, Massachusetts. In my yard, essentially. And, hey. Uh, yeah, it's, oops. That's okay. Where'd those comments go? Roddy, appreciating libertarian, willing to avoid. Yeah. I mean, Roddy, I'll tell you, during one of the debates, or during one of the debates, or I think it was actually the Mises caucus interview, and I believe I was asked a question very similar. It was a question about genocide, and if we became aware of a genocide occurring in another country, and I had to admit that under a libertarian administration, that from my understanding, how that might very well look, it would be pretty isolationist, and it would not necessarily be all these military alliances, might have to simply watch helplessly as uh, genocide was unfolding, which of course we have and we are. So it doesn't make that much difference, really, because that's exactly the way it is right now. Or they use the pretext of some genocide or something going on to fucking go all crazy and like that. Anyway, let's see what we got going on here. I think I want to go back to the. Oh, actually, I want to go back to smoking weed. Actually, tell you the truth, and then I was gonna check out a dollar comment because every comment. Well, it doesn't matter whether your comments give me money or not. I think it's pretty entertaining, and it's a pretty wild feature of this thing. Oh, Canada. Well, as I say, Canada's a great place. I've got connections to the Rhino political party, the Rhinoceros Party. I was sponsored to go up to Montreal a couple of years ago when 2 hours ago. I just got a reminder from Cameo. Did I ghost Timmy? Cameo's asking me if I ghosted somebody. That's pretty funny. I guess they get kids working for him or something. All right, gonna smoke more weed, check out the comments, and talk some more. And then I should probably go do the other things that happen on a Saturday morning. Go to the dump. Do some dishes, haul some water, make sure the fire's going. Things you do when you live in the woods. That's what Yep, I will say these. And another part of the YouTube Saturday Morning Live with Vermin Stream Show, I find that I sit on my ass, whereas on the Facebook Lives, I'm usually. So on the YouTube morning shows, the camera's facing me more, and I'm sitting on my ass more. Able Plant, what do I think a sustainable future should look like? Like some sort of pre-industrial idea, I guess. How's that? I don't know. I once again, consumer capitalism, is it sustainable? I don't think so. I've never have thought that way. But let's just say the market will provide until we're all dead, or it kills us all. The market will provide until it kills us all. But I've also heard that the market doesn't want to kill all their consumers. But I've also heard that asked around as to why libertarian economic connections between nations as opposed to other forms of interchange is better because they don't want to kill their consumers. But I think that's slightly, well, it's demonstrably false in most circumstances. Many nations. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what else we got going on here. I did see Larry Cole. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for that. Not sure what kind of cut YouTube gets out of it. Guess it's irrelevant. All the money goes to the Vermin Stream Institute. Sure, some of it goes to administrative costs, but I think that's fair. Got people working and doing stuff, working hard and doing stuff, and it's nice to give them money if we can. We can't do that yet, but hopefully we'll. All right, let's see. LPMC has gone all QAnon on her, says JC Cook. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Yeah, Roddy, I'd say that's true. I mean, and then we have to. Yes, it's partially true. It's true that I believe that the people in the armed forces believe in what they're doing. To a certain extent until they find out otherwise, of course, and then they realize not so much. Amanda Panda, how you doing? How are you? Good to see you. Beautiful day. Yes, Roddy. I'd overthrow it in a democratic government. That's not nice. Okay. Pony zombies, good teeth. Yes, that is a sustainable agripiz. I don't know. Everybody loving everybody with their ponies. All right. Well, thank you for your 70 cents, Larry Cole. And YouTube, I'm sure, thanks you for your 30 cents because they keep giving us all this great free content and all this until they take away our pages. Whatever. Larry King posted on the page. And of course, once again, Larry King has passed, and I've always enjoyed his work. Maybe more so on a kitschy level. Um, I think Paul Harvey was a better newsman, but I could be wrong. Open to debate, just my opinion, one man's opinion. And sorry to see him go. However, I have no compunction over putting out the "I beat Larry King" tweet, all caps. Obviously, when I did that with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a lot of people got very upset and lost a lot of followers. But sometimes you just have to, take that cheap shot, I guess, because the real fans seem to enjoy it so much, and the people who get so. I've often maintained that the people that I offend are people who probably needed offending anyway. So there you go. And I got things to do today. I should probably get going and doing them. 46 minutes in. Should I round it out to the hour? I always think I'm going to do a very short bit, and sometimes I do, but this has been it's been nice hanging out with all 13 of you. Okay. All right, well, my coffee's getting cold. I got things to do today. And so, yeah, I'm just going to call it. Like I say, got me things to do today. And hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for throwing some spare change my way. And thanks for all the great questions. And starting up a new Wednesday show at some point in the near future here on YouTube, in which I'll be doing interviewing, and I think there'll be other things thrown in to make it seem like a variety entertainment show of some sort. We'll see. And in the meantime, whatever. Follow me on the internets if you want. And I hope you're doing good, staying safe, doing all the things to keep yourself healthy, and doing the things that you need to help people out in your community, and perpetuating mutual aid and love and kindness and all of those things in your home life and in your community life. Loving you all. All right. Bye-bye. Let's see. One of these buttons here. That one. Are you sure? Yes. Well, yes, I do. Am I sure I want to stop streaming? End the stop stream.